We back in this mode.
Yo,
The homeboy DJ Jig Tight.
and the boy Rob, he back.
All right, man. Hopefully we can get this shit together, man.
We late.
We late. That's why I'm going with the shit. Late in the motherfucker right now. Rob, let's go ahead and check and see if we got everything together with all the people that we need to get in here.
This was my whole. When I first seen it, right, and because we was on, it happened when we was on Carissa and Jeff's show, Gemini Talk podcast. Shout out to them. And when I first seen it, I was like, oh shit, this shit. All right, he did what he had to do, protect his wife and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he did what he had to do. Any man would, right? And then, like, the more I kept watching, like the next day, for some reason, it just got really uncomfortable for me to watch. You know what I'm saying? Now, because I would start thinking about the bigger picture. And then first off, it's like, damn, you on the Oscar, it got to be two black men, you know what I'm saying, going through this situation on national television. You know what I'm saying? And, my whole issue with, like, with Will Smith is that, like, regardless if he went too far or whatever, you in the same business that he in. And my thing is, like, you should at least understand, like, okay, he's a comedian. And I'm pretty sure that we heard way worse jokes than what he said. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that was a light joke. It wasn't even funny. So the way, once I really had to think about it and to see how he react to it, I was like, okay, this is bigger than a joke. This ain't got nothing to do him cracking a joke on his wife. It had to have been something that has been building up inside of him that he was like, you know what? It just that was really probably the last straw. So, I mean, that's all I've been thinking about. Like, I wish, like, damn, I just wish that he just would thought of something else to do,
This happened. Will Smith smacks Chris Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody talking about Chris Rock no more.
No.
What they talking about now?
So it's basically just Will and Jada.
Will and Jada.
Not saying how he feel.
No, it ain't. It had nothing to do with Chris Rock anymore. It has nothing to do with him anymore. It has everything to do with what's going on with Will and Jada. Chris Rock gets smacked. Jada is now about to start doing her little tour, taking interviews, doing interviews. Chris Rock ain't had an interview or nothing. Matter of fact, he was a meme.
It's crazy.
Over a damn G.I. Jane joke.
And Wish is like, even though it wasn't a funny joke, I had a fucking, because I never saw G.I. Jane, but just like reading the credits, like, what's the movie about? Shit, he really gave her a compliment.
Yes. That's what I said. It wasn't like
G.I. Jane represent a lot of women now.
Well, it was based off of, this is the thing. G.I. Jane was based off of a true story. It was really based off of a true story of a woman that's trying to be in the SEALs. That's basically what it was. And it was starred Demi Moore, which is not an unattractive woman, even with the bald head.
No.
I can show you pictures right now where she was taking pictures when she was it was post and pre that movie. And she was bald headed.
If you ever think about why she cut her hair, when I was reading why she cut her hair in the movie, it's because she wanted to.
She had to fit in.
She wanted to fit in
because she wanted the equality.
They don't want her to look at her feminine.
Yeah,
look
she
at her
wanted
as a feminine
to do
woman.
Everything. This is the thing in the military. What people don't understand is that there's certain units that you go into the military where women do not pull their own weight. They don't. There's certain parts of the military where they just will not pull their own weight. And you have a lot of people, women and men, that will facilitate them when they are slacking they will, just like if you go in the military right now, they would base how you do your physical training on age and sex, how old you are and what sex you are. So if you are a 22, 18 to 22 young man, you doing a shitload of push-ups, sit-ups, and you running fast as hell. But if you're a woman that's 18 to 20, it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
They lowered those standards because of your sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not so much of your age, but they put both of those in, in it's an understandable thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to certain units, they would do over and beyond for women that are there. There's a lot of women that don't pull their own weight.
Yeah.
So when you look at G.I. Jane and you see that she was a SEAL, it's like, first and foremost, there has not been a woman that actually made the SEALs. Hasn't. I think one woman, she graduated, but it's not, I don't think any woman, I have to, if somebody can correct me, you can let me know, but I don't think there's been a woman that actually graduated to school for SEALs, for Special Forces. I don't think, we might have a couple of Special Forces women,
do some research on that.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if it is, it's very, very low.
Yeah.
It's very low.
But that's
what the movie was about. That's what the whole thing. And then again, you had a woman, a fairly attractive woman.
Very attractive.
Even with the bald head.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a joke 20-some years later, and a man got slapped by a woman that he made a joke that, like you were saying earlier, that could possibly be his friend also.
Oh, yes, friend. Yes, friend. Yeah. And that's when he was like, when he got slapped, he was like, when Will say, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And he was like, bro, it was a G.I. Jane joke. He was like, he probably like, bro, I ain't call her
15 years later,
it's
gonna
I ain't
be
call
a
her a
movie.
bitch or nothing. Like,
but 15 years later, it's going to be a movie. It's going to definitely be
absolutely.
A movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be a movie about it. And
Jada and Will and Jada know that.
So I think
they probably got the script ready right now.
Yeah. But I think again that there's also if I've been dabbling in Will's book.
I didn't get it.
You gotta watch, you gotta get it, bro. Matter of fact, the next I think the next one we have where I'm actually gonna start speaking about his book. Shout out to your boy Angry Man. Angry Man was speaking on it earlier.
Shout out to Angry Man.
Yeah.
I've been rocking with him
he was speaking on that today.
Past week, I've been really rocking with him.
Yeah, so if you really want to get more understanding, and if you don't, then you don't buy the book or you don't read it. But I'm telling you, before even this happened, man, that book was it was killing. So now that book is still on point. If you would definitely understand what's happening right now. That's why a lot of people can't understand what's happening right now. They haven't read the book.
Let me ask you something, right? So because I'm gonna read the book. You reading the book, right, and seeing what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Do it kind of make sense?
It make a whole lot of sense. That's why I can't really. I'm not gonna go in on Jada. She's doing what she's supposed to do. I'm definitely not going in on Will, because he's dealing with it, man. He did something that was pretty awful. That's an awful thing. First and foremost, I gotta say, that's why a lot of men came up and said they don't condone that. First and foremost, if you smack a man, you're challenging that man to a duel.
Chris Rock saved the night. Chris Rock saved the night.
He did. So when you actually look at what's happening right now, and Jada had her interviews, and like I said, Chris Rock gets slapped, Jada is going on tour. Ain't that some shit? And then she goes back and on this whole thing where, this is what I don't like doing, because I did see it in writing, but I haven't heard her to say it. But they said that she said it in an interview. And when she was saying that she don't need to be, she didn't need to be protected, and she's actually going against this whole thing about Will is what he did, what Will did, and it's kind of like, all right, I need to see the interview first and foremost. They have an interview that's out right now. We didn't get a chance to look at it, man. There's a lot of shit going on,
but it's bullshit because of a video of her.
She on tour,
and when she was fucking laughing at the shit when
she on tour. I think one of the things that really got me was because she did a Red Table. She has a Red Table podcast that is on Facebook. And at first, I thought it was, I ain't gonna even lie, when I first saw her and her family doing, her and her mom and her daughter and her son doing this Red Table, I was like, okay, it's cool. Seen a couple of episodes of it. And then shit started getting weird. She had Willow on there. They started talking about the whole thing where Willow was with the guy laying in the bed. The dude is 25 years old and she was only 16.
Damn, I don't watch that bullshit.
Oh, hell yeah. You gotta watch shit like that, bro. I told you already ago. And then she had another one where she was talking with...
Hold on, wait a minute. Willow had a 25-year-old man in her bed at 16?
Yeah, I gotta start showing some shit, dog.
And they was
showing some shit.
And they knew about that shit?
Watch this. Yeah.
And
then there was another one where it was another weird one where they were talking about what's her son name? Jaden. Where Jaden was living on his own at 16. He said he wanted to live on his own, and I'm like, wait, I don't give a 16 living on your own.
Yeah,
really. The comparison to Tupac, that shit is crazy. The comparison to Tupac and Will Smith. First and foremost, Tupac is a 26-year-old used to be man. He is a spirit now.
Yeah.
He is a legend. That's all. There's nothing else that Tupac is. However, we have so many people comparing Will Smith to Tupac. It makes no damn sense to me at all. And what's really crazy is that they have this whole thing where Tupac was this thug. Tupac was this street nigga. Tupac was this guy that was, from the streets of New York to the streets of, LA or whatever. But when you actually look at it, he was just a man. He wasn't nothing else that y'all was sitting there, and a lot of people sit there and think he is. He had an image, and that image preceded him. That's all that was. It was an image that preceded him. And in all actuality, if you hear the young Tupac speak compared to the young Will Smith, you will find out that Will Smith was way more masculine than Tupac. I bet y'all don't even think y'all think I'm lying about that shit right there, don't you?
Yeah, he just saw me a video.
I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show something different than what everybody else think Tupac is, because at some point you gotta keep in mind he was 26 when he died.
Yeah,
he was 26 when he died. The video that I'm gonna show you, he was 10 years younger or 9 years younger than when he was when he died. So he couldn't have been that much of a different person from what you're about to see. Couldn't have been. There's no point. One of the things I know for a fact was that when you looked at the image of Tupac, you seen something different. Let me tell you who was way more crazier than Tupac. Bishop.
In fact, the character from Juice.
Bishop.
Yeah.
And everybody kept looking at Tupac like he was Bishop. Hold on, man. I forgot to even do this. Because that's why I know why can't nobody get on and shit like that. Because I ain't
I want to say post a link.
Yeah, you could have posted it, dog.
No, I ain't got that shit.
Yeah, you do. You get it in on your phone. And then you go to share. I got to show you how to do it. You can do the same thing. If you want to get in and you want to be able to talk about this right here, I just posted it. The link in the chat room. So if you're on Facebook, YouTube, or if you're right here in the chat room for StreamYards, you can actually go ahead, click that link, and you can get in right there. But going back to what I was saying, when they sit back and you put this whole thing about who Tupac was and how Jada was in love with Tupac and all this shit,
right.
You was actually right there and you was actually cognizant of what was going on. Tupac was not, he was not in the public just like making love to Jada. They were friends, and they were known friends for a very long time. For a very long time, people already knew what their relationship was. Now, what it was before they were, big, because pretty much you can just go off of what Jada can say, what you said about it. But if anybody ever knew anything about it before Tupac died, he was already engaged.
Yeah,
Quincy Jones' daughter.
Yeah,
he already had a girlfriend that he was engaged with, who had his back all through when he was in prison and all that shit. Same thing with Jada. Jada probably was right there for him too. But you can't compare the two men. You can't compare Will Smith. And people keep saying, Will Smith, he was corny and he was this and he was that. Nigga, if you seen some of the shit that Tupac was doing, that shit was corny too.
Yeah. I would like to hear, I'm surprised, I would like to hear more of what she had to say, Quincy Jones' daughter, about this whole thing with Jada and Tupac that people think.
I don't think she would even engage in it. Hell no. Why? It's over with. That man been gone for 25 years.
She moved on.
You think so?
Yeah.
She was only engaged to him.
Yeah.
And she already understood too that he was a rap star. So it was something different than what everybody makes it out to be. But this man was a man. He wasn't this big ass super thug that everybody makes him out to be. He just was a dude. That was it. And he was an entertainer. He was a really good entertainer. That's what he was. All that other shit that people talking about, I have no idea. And they comparing him to a 52-year-old man. Come on, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. That's dumb. I don't even know how people can keep talking about that. Then they talk about the little it had to have been some fucked up shit that was going on with Jada, because if your daughter that has never met this man
wrote a letter
to him so you can be happy, we have a big ass problem. You were saying a little too much. A little too damn much. But I want to sit back and watch this video with you guys so you can see what I see when it comes down to Mr. Tupac Shakur. And you tell me if you can see what I see. So let's go. Let me go here first. What's up here? All right, let's go with the video. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Do you have much more value than adults place on you because of your age?
Well, the way that my mother brought me up is no lies, no, total truth. Everything is real in society, everything. If something's going on wrong in the house, I know everything. So it was like I was given the responsibility before I wanted it. And so now I can't really differentiate what great responsibility is because I've had it for so long. So she taught me how to be ready for it. And so that's good. And I think it's good because I know that, and it's taught me that when you get out there, the responsibility is staggering, and I'm ready. I'm going to be a little more ready than someone who's grown up in Disney World, with Santa Claus is coming. And so, I think I'm growing up good, as in all sense of the word. I think I'm growing up and learning about responsibilities and everything.
Does that sound like a thug?
Sound very well spoken.
17-year-old
sound like
Tupac Shakur.
He been raised pretty good,
Yeah. Does that sound like thug life, baby?
No, not at all.
What do you think is the hardest thing about being your age?
The hardest thing about being my age is proving to society that I understand what's going on. Like, not everybody, but frequently teenagers are stereotyped in being loud music loving, girl chasing, car wanting, not caring about the world.
But that's what he rapped about.
Thug life, baby.
That's what he was about. Our music chasing. Yo, Jeff. Yes.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I got it. But that's what we talking about. We talking about a young man. We ain't talking about a young thug. That's not what we talking about here.
Picture perfect. I'm playing a picture. That ain't that nigga.
Yeah. What's happening, man?
Yo,
what's going
Jeff,
on, homie?
what up, though?
What's popping?
I'm good. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good, man.
Trying to get it together,
yeah,
man.
man. We had some technical difficulties, so it's we late as hell, but
Yeah, it's good. Shit happens.
Grown people, shit. It's cool.
Yeah, shit happens.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
hey, before we finish watching the video, everybody, we did a show with Jeff and Carissa. Maybe it was 2 weeks since we did our last show. Damn, that shit was long. That shit went by fast. We actually broke the news about the Will Smith and Jada thing, like fresh as hell. So make sure y'all listen to that podcast, man. It's on it. You could just follow Jeff and Carissa, follow their Instagram, Gemini Talk podcast, and listen to the episode. It was a good episode, a really good episode. It's funny. And,
the gems was dropped that day too, and we did it.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I listened to it twice actually. I did the part one when we talked about all the shit we was talking about, life and everything else. And then the part two is when we broke it live on air when we all find out that Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock.
Right. That was going live, right. I had to run in the living room to see if this shit was really true.
Right.
They just kept showing it.
Yeah.
And then all the independent women was like, "Oh yeah, that's how you protect a black woman."
What?
Yeah, but what we showing right now, bro, is the 17-year-old. Have you ever seen this video right here?
Yes.
With Pac in an interview?
Yeah, we all seen that.
Yeah, but a lot of people haven't.
Though.
A lot of people didn't understand exactly who this guy was. As even if you look at some digital underground shit, you would see him as like a background singer, background dancer. It was kind of like how a lot of these dudes, Jermaine Dupri, Puff Daddy. If you ever seen what was my man named, the rapper Father MC? And if you see a song, I don't know, y'all know who Father MC is?
No.
Oh, y'all know? You ever heard the song "Treat them like they want to be treated? You should treat them right." His background singers were Jodeci. Then he had another song with Mary J. Blige. And when you see, y'all gotta look him up.
Okay.
Father MC. You will see him. Puff Daddy was his his dancer, background dancer. Mary J. Blige, she did the hook.
Oh damn, that's old.
Yeah, this is when they first. This is when Puff Daddy had just started he started out with Uptown. No,
Yeah,
not
Uptown.
No, was it Uptown Management?
Yeah, Uptown.
Uptown Records.
Yeah.
And he got fired. Andre Herrera fired him. Then he
Mhm.
came out with Bad Boy.
Then he hired Andre.
Yeah,
Right.
that was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope how he did it. Yeah. So when he had all of these folks, he had Biggie, Craig
Mhm.
Mack, Mary J. Blige. He had all these guys on his record label, and he got fired. So then he had to come up with Bad Boy, and he still brought them all along. There was a couple of other people that he had also, but yeah, if you see Father MC and you look at his shit, you'll see all that shit. You'll see Jodeci on there, Mary J. Blige. You'll see, and then it's just funny when you see Puffy as his background dancer.
Damn.
Yeah, you'll see that shit. It was pretty dope. But
I can't wait. We're gonna watch this video, but I gotta hear Jeff feedback about this whole shit. If you follow this nigga probably worse than me on Instagram. Like, like I don't know who's worse, me and him.
The truth hurts.
Yeah, but I'm definitely can't wait to hear his feedback on this whole situation.
Right. So if y'all didn't see that, because this was during that time of Uptown Records, that whole thing, Puffy. Matter of fact, Puffy was still with Uptown during this time right here with because he was Tupac was 17 here, 17 years old. Now look at
and Will
how
Smith was already popping.
Nah, Will Smith was popping. Will Smith's a little bit older. Will Smith is
he did The Parents Don't Understand. So you just said they danced to his music, him and Jada.
Yeah, they were him and right. So during this time, right, because Will was a little bit older.
Yeah.
So if you ever seen his album, and what was going on back then was that Will was labeled as one of the soft rappers, like him, MC Hammer. I don't know why they put them in the same category as Vanilla Ice, and you had some other ones, and they were being dissed by everybody, even like Ice Cube, and you know you had you just had it was just a different time where we was going into the 90s, the end of the 80s, the beginning of the 90s, and gangster rap was kind of like, you know, taking off. This is when it got its name, gangster rap. It went from reality rap to gangster rap. And so you had NWA, and then you had the Ghetto Boys. Now Ice-T been out. Ice-T was out like in the mid 80s. Ice-T 6 in the morning, and when he was Ice-T was out before even gangster rap. Before Ice-T was even a damn gangster rapper, he was doing, if you ever seen Breaking, you ain't never seen Breaking?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's a song called Reckless. And Ice-T
the movie,
did that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, so the song called Reckless, that was Ice-T rapping in it. So that was when Ice-T, he didn't do anything, he wasn't doing anything gangster in that. He was actually with the B-boys and all that was in California.
Right.
So then you had I mean, he was still eventually it was like, I ain't gonna even lie, shit sometimes just goes so goddamn fast. Where you had such a variety of music where it's funny. There was a time that there was no Tupac. You dig what I'm saying? That's how old I am. There was a time that there was just no Tupac. At this time, that was not Tupac. That wasn't the rapper Tupac. That was the high school kid Tupac.
Yeah.
The one that was getting ready to graduate from high school. That was the dude that was at Juilliard's when he went there and he was doing ballet and he was doing all types of arts, poetry and all this shit. Yeah. So he wasn't that Tupac, which y'all was seeing ultimately for those 8 months that people keep thinking is 8 fucking years. It was only 8 fucking months.
When we seen it with Thug, like I thought, like, man, this is the realest nigga I ever seen. Like,
because he went through a transition.
Yeah.
He went through the Humpty dance.
Humpty Hump, yeah.
Sex Package, All Around the World. His debut was All Around the World. When old boy called, if you ever hear that song, have you heard it? All Around the World, the same song.
Yeah.
And they did it. And it was a soundtrack for a Chevy Chase movie. I can't remember, but that song, that was his debut. And it was just funny because he didn't have a name where his name wasn't where they can shorten it. So if you hear it, you will hear Shock G, right? So at the first time when he comes out, it's like Tupac, go ahead and sing. He say, "Nah, I came around when I hang around with the underground girls who used to fry." That was his first rhyme that anybody ever heard him do. So then if you hear Shock G, which AKA was Humpty Hump, he said when Pac was rocking, you know how everybody, what's the short for Tupac now?
Pac.
He didn't make it Pac. If you hear the song, he gonna say Y2. He shortened his name to Two.
Two. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He didn't shorten it to Pac.
Yeah.
It was because he didn't have that yet. So when you seen that, everybody thought they didn't know what was going on with the image or two. He didn't have an image yet.
Yeah.
So then when he first came out with his first album, you had a whole bunch of people that was like, "You ever heard that Tupac?" A lot of niggas was like, "Nah, I ain't heard it," because they haven't heard a rapper do what he did. And what he did was his voice was always doubled and tripled. So that was the first time it sounded different when you heard a nigga rap, because he elongated his E's, and it sounded like three of him that was rapping. Nobody was doing that shit. That's why in the movie you heard a dude was like, why don't you double up the voices like that? He was like, keep it just like that. Because that was something that nobody was doing at that time.
Yeah.
You probably had a couple of people that was trying to do, but nobody was doing it like he was doing it. So that was kind of like his signature, having those doubled up voices and stuff like that, elongated E's, elongated I's, my inner beast. That's what he was. That was, that was his shit.
Yeah.
That's why now you would hear it. So he still wasn't, for all those years, for 6 years, bro, that you didn't hear it. Tupac, but no thug life like that. He was strictly for my niggas. Brenda's Got a Baby.
Yeah.
He had Keep Your Head Up, and then he had, shit with Ice Cube, Ice-T. He was more of a militant rapper. He wasn't a rapper that was out here talking about Crips and Bloods and shit like that. He was actually talking about by any means necessary.
That's true.
I'm for my people. That's how he was riding. And that wasn't selling like he wanted it to sell. So then he started slowly changing, because now he changed from the New York type of rapping, because that's what it was, New York, Jersey. He was rapping like that.
Conscious.
Hold on. When he did Brenda Got a Baby, that shit wasn't selling like that?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No. Tupac clips and all of that shit, it was actually people that actually followed him that was buying his shit. Everybody else started getting on, especially when my homies call, all of that shit.
What about Get Around and shit like that?
Get Around was not a Tupac song. Get Around was more of a Digital Underground song.
Digital Underground, because they had, okay.
But it was on one of his albums. But yeah, that was
Damn,
like,
so he didn't get really he wasn't that star till he got the Death Row.
He wasn't a rap star. He was an actor. He wasn't a rap star. He was Bishop from Juice.
Damn.
That's who the fuck he was. He was, when you first said that, I was tripping.
He was that nigga.
Yeah. He was Bishop.
Yeah.
In New York or Jersey or whatever. And if you look at that movie again, you look at Juice, look at all his partners. There was a lot of motherfuckers that was cool with him that was in there. And one motherfucker that was in there that was definitely his partner. And he was from New Jersey. That was your boy Tretch, the treacherous one. He's in there. You had Omar Epps. You had, even when you hear Omar Epps talk about Tupac, you like, when he hit him for real. He was really like in his character.
Yeah.
because he was respected as an artist. I mean, an actor before he was an artist. That's why it was like when people was like, "Who was Tupac?" Motherfucker was like, "The dude that played Bishop."
Wow.
They didn't say who is that dude in Juice. That's Tupac. No, they were saying who was Tupac? The dude that played Bishop.
Wow.
He was known as Bishop.
Damn.
That was where that came from.
That's crazy.
That's why when I hear people talk about, yeah, Tupac was this and Tupac was that, you like, no, go talk to his sister. When his mother was alive, she told you exactly who he was. When you hear Tretch, when he talked, he was really close to him. When you hear, like when Snoop and them got close to him, he was transitioning.
Yeah.
They knew him, but they didn't know him like a lot of these other people did. And Jada did know him.
Yeah.
She did. She knew him.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. That was the 17-year-old, even when you look at his eyes.
Yeah.
When you looked at his eyes on that album cover, All Eyes on Me, that shit didn't. This motherfucker was talking about, if you listen to almost every song he had on that first CD, because it was a double CD, what did it all talk about? Death.
Yeah.
It talked about, he wondered what it would be like if the world was without him. He wondered what it would be like if there was a heaven for a ghetto. I mean, a ghetto. What did he say? A ghetto in heaven. If heaven got thugs. Everything he talked about had to do with him wondering about the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it eventually came to fruition to him. But by that time, this man he was incarcerated a couple of times. He's dealing with people that he should not be trusting. You know, a lot of things was happening with him. He get a little money, somebody's trying to finesse you. If you hear what he was talking about,
Good question.
if you hear what he was talking about just now, what we were just listening to, what was he talking about? The world being screwed up and people not respecting black people, and especially not respecting young black people. And what he wanted to do was be that voice.
Yeah.
So his whole thing, when you look in his eyes and you see now that there was hope. When you start hearing Thug Life, you hear that All Eyes on Me shit. The last of the hope was Me Against the World. That was the last of the hope. Everything else was like, nigga, I'm drinking Alizé.
Yeah, because I was about to say, like, because he talked about not being a stereotype, and there's a lot. Like, he want to prove to society now, you know, we don't have to be the stereotype when it comes. Well, from what I take it from becoming black men, but you look at his career, he became pretty much that stereotype. You know, thug life, like he said, they think we just want to listen to loud music, chase girls, but he really became that stereotype.
But the thing is that he was too. Yeah, he did, but he was like two different people. He was what the
like
Gemini was.
Yeah, like one day you want to be an activist.
He's militant.
Yeah.
The next day he out there and
I'm a real nigga.
So what he was showing was that he was just a dude, man. He was just a guy that was caught in between making a shitload of money, selling your soul to somebody that was actually, you know, out here trying to make a difference. That money, it overrides every fucking thing, bro.
Right.
Unless you already know, you got to come in, already know who you are. You got to have a plan with this shit. He ain't no different than nobody else. So when you look at that young dude right there, and you look at the 17-year-old Will Smith, they wasn't too much different. They were two black men from the inner city that had a lot of issues that was going on that ended up making a lot of goddamn money.
Yeah.
Them cats didn't hate each other. They wasn't no goddamn Will Smith sitting there worried about fucking Tupac taking his woman? Because he wasn't worried about her. We make it in the 2000s that way. This shit happened in the early 90s, the late 80s. It's 30 years later, and everybody trying to bring up some shit talking about Will. She wished Will was like Tupac. So she wished a 50-something-year-old man was like a 26-year-old man? That makes no fucking sense. It makes none whatsoever. That man, Tupac, his image superseded who he really was. And that's what his mom always talked about. It was the same thing with her. She ended up going back to school, getting her PhD. But she was a crackhead. She was a heroin addict. She did a lot of things that fucked them up and put them in a bad predicament. And the things that she did caused him to have to go and live with his auntie and cousins and shit like that. She spoke on it. She made peace with her life. She made peace with her son. All he wanted to do then was just to give her a better life.
Yeah.
When that man was out there making money and he was out there making pretty good money, guess what his mama still was? An addict. Because she ain't no damn superhuman. She's a human being. And we talking about somebody that did some shit, Black Panthers, and other than that, she started working in communities and things like that. She did a lot of things for this community, but she was also a human being that was flawed.
Yeah.
What we end up doing is taking these human beings, putting them up so high like they God.
They do, man.
And I don't mean God like the human God, like the God that can be nothing wrong. He's all knowing, all perfect. And then guess what happened? When you disappoint them, what do?
Sell out.
They turn you into the devil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's my whole thing.
Yo, Jeff, man, go ahead, tell what your whole thoughts on this, on Jada, because like me, I've been calling her Toxic Jada these last few weeks.
Man,
So yeah, let me hear your feedback, man.
bro, it's so many layers to this thing. I mean, if you if you want to start with the slap, right? Okay. He got on stage. First of all, when we did the podcast, right? We just seen he got up there, bam, he slapped Chris Rock, right? But in the later days, when more footage started coming out, and you're saying that, Will Smith actually laughed at the joke, and so did Jada. And then you've seen other footage where she gave him that look, and he got up there and he did what he did. So a lot of people are saying, "Yo, this shit might be fake," and it's like you. I mean, I know this has happened in the past, right? But for Will Smith to do what he did, live, and Will Smith been in Hollywood for forever, and also cursing on national TV, where that's not even allowed with those type of events or award shows or whatever. I mean, at that point, that's when I knew that it wasn't fake. And now you're seeing all the consequences that he's dealing with. So this shit is definitely real. I mean, when it first happened, a lot of people were in favor of Will Smith. Yo, we don't talk about somebody's wife. We don't talk about somebody's kids. Da 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 da. Da. But what I didn't see people talk about was that nobody gave a fuck about Chris Rock. Nobody gave a fuck about how he was embarrassed, right? And
I said the same thing. I said he gets slapped and Jada goes on fucking tour and start doing interviews.
And he will get to stay, but he still get to stay.
exactly. Right?
And Chris is the one that left.
Exactly. So that should happen. That's very humiliating. to get slapped on national TV where millions of people were watching you. Your family's gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna be embarrassed. And another thing I got from it is that Chris Rock kept it professional
You saved
because
the night, bro.
yo, can you imagine if they really got into a physical fight live on air? Like, because if it was first of all, if it was anybody else, I don't think Will Smith would have done that.
No.
So since it's Chris Rock, he's a smaller dude. I mean, you could tell by Chris Rock, the way he goes about things. He's not really about that life. So he knows that he had the advantage. This is bigger. Chris Rock wouldn't challenge him. So he did what he did and he just walked off. I mean, I feel like that was really like fucked up and one thing I don't understand is that, right, is this. I remember 5 years ago, yeah, I think it was 5 years ago, when his wife was telling everybody to boycott the Oscars. Will Smith got nominated for, I think it was the movie about the NFL movie.
About the concussion.
Yeah,
That's how it all got started.
That's how I got started, right?
Yeah.
Complaining, they boycotted, they didn't come, and they were telling a lot of people not to go. Cool. The following year, we already know how they do. Okay, let's nominate black actors, this and that. Let's make them happy type shit. And then now you get invited to the Oscars this year. I think that's the first Oscars that was produced by all black cast, right? Your first Oscar, Will Smith, talking about Will Smith, and also I found out that Samuel L. Jackson won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Nobody talked about that. So if you're looking at it, that was an historical night, right? We're supposed to be honoring the greats that we have in our community. But
we gotta talk about this bullshit.
Yeah,
It really, and I think that just to talk to piggyback off of what you were saying as far as the Sam Adams,
Sam Adams, nigga, you want a beer?
Sam Adams. I'm already drinking. I think I done drank a little too much. God damn it! But Samuel L. Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson. But your boy Dave Chappelle.
It get you drunk. The fucking shark ate me.
You got me fucked up right now, man. But did you see that one? Yeah, when he was hollering, why you hollering? That's how I do, man. Samuel Adams. But no, with the thing was that what made it a little more monumental, man, because Samuel has never had, out of all of the awards that he's gotten, he's never gotten an Oscar.
Yep.
And Samuel is in the top 3 of being the highest paid actors, not highest paid black actors, not highest paid male actors. He's one of the highest paid actors.
Yeah,
top 3.
He's behind The Rock, I think.
Yeah, The Rock just came up.
Yeah.
The Rock just came up.
Another thing about Samuel is that I think I was reading this said the movies that he's been in has made the most money ever in Hollywood.
Yeah, ever. He's the highest paid ever. And but this is the thing. It still wasn't in full Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
It was an honorary Oscar. And what he did was, and you gotta still be like, damn, that shit was still dope as hell, because he was presented that Oscar by another great actor that is really good, Denzel Washington.
The GOAT.
So when you have these two, and if you ever, man, let me tell you, both of these guys is dope as hell when it comes down. Even I got to give it to Lawrence Fishburne, man.
Yeah.
Those 3 dudes, they really, because these guys have done shit like Shakespeare, so which means that they have to learn the etymology of words and the Queen's English and the King's English.
Yeah.
They had to do a lot of goddamn studying, man, and especially for Samuel L. Jackson. Damn. But especially for him to have went through what he went through. You know, his first movie, he was still fresh out of rehab.
Yep.
He was fresh out of rehab. You know what his first movie he was in, right?
Which
What's that movie with Halle Berry when he was like, "I smoke crack.
Nope.
I'm a crackhead."
No.
Damn. Well, it wasn't. Oh
Nope.
damn. What was it? Oh, it was with Spike Lee.
Nope.
It
That
wasn't.
was a Spike Lee movie too.
Well, okay, yeah, you're right. It was Spike Lee, but it was Do the Right Thing.
Nope.
Damn.
Anybody?
Coming to America?
Coming to America.
Okay.
Oh.
Fuck you.
And if you looked at him, you'll see
Who the fuck is this asshole?
the drug was still in his system, boy. That shit. Shit. So that's why, and if you notice, like last month, it was a big thing that they were trying to float across the internet world in these internets with his wife and him, and there, I guess it was a anniversary or something, but they've been together for so long.
Yeah,
but
long time.
Literally, she really saved his life.
Yes.
From the time of when they were young, when they were showing all these pictures. That's why it's kind of fucked up when you see that so many people would jump on this whole thing with the worst ilks of a union, but they will kind of like act like they didn't see the celebration of a long union, which was him and his wife. And even when you see they had some shit with Lawrence Fishburne and his wife, all these people that you see that has been together for so long, people are very quiet with that. But when you got the Kanye West shit and you got all the other bullshit, the whole thing with Will and Jada is that this should be more of a learning. It should be more of a learning process for all of us. For the simple fact that it's kind of like what we've been saying on a lot of our podcasts and even on you guys' podcasts. When it comes down to the union between women and men, first and foremost, we got to vet the fuck out of each other. Right. Some people you just don't need in your fucking life. You just don't fucking need them in your life. It is not an easy thing when a person, and it has nothing to do with a person being sick in the head and all these crazy ass things. And this is just in my opinion. It has something to do with a void in our life when we depend on another person for happiness, when we depend on another person for things that we already have inside of ourselves, such as security. We already got it in us. We just ain't tapped into it. And we would get the other person on the outside to supplement that shit for us. And what happened between these two people was that they were using each other to supplement for the things that they were scared to bring out in themselves. That's basically what the fuck it was. This nigga, when you hear Will Smith and how he talks about what he tries to provide for his wife, right? And all of the things that he has done. And this is coming from part of his book. I don't want to like fuck it off for a lot of people, but a lot of things that he has done and the efforts that he put in, they really wasn't looked at as, damn, I'm proud of you, husband. They were actually looked at as, nigga, we in competition. Yeah. You trying to outdo me.
Masculine shit.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that he did. So I can tell you right now that night that happened with him and Chris Rock, and the reason why Chris Rock don't even look at it as, because Chris Rock don't want the attention. He like, yeah, put that shit on there. Because I got a lot of material now.
Oh yeah.
But he said he's not going to talk about it though. I think that's
no, he won't talk about it in the way that people think he's going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, man, I put this on everything I love. Chris Rock actually was like, how the fuck my friend gonna slap the shit out of me, old goddamn, on national TV? How the fuck is you gonna? he wasn't even mad. He was just like, nigga, do you know what you just did in your career?
Now a lot of people saying also what could have built up when Chris Rock. I ain't watched the shit, but I saw clips. But when Chris Rock hosted the Oscars a few years ago, he made some jokes about Jada and Will back then. So a lot of people said that I could have.
Well, yeah, he made some jokes about something. It wasn't about Jada. Yeah, it was about Jada and Will, but it was about every fucking body.
Yeah, it was about the situation was going on at that time.
But he also they got pissed off when he started talking about something that didn't even pertain to them. And then Jada came out was saying that it was I can't even remember what the controversy was, but it was a controversial type of thing. And she was like, I don't stand. It was something that Chris Rock had did, like all the goddamn comedians, and motherfucker sat back and was trying to throw tomatoes at him.
Yeah.
And you had Jada came out and said her little shit about it. I don't remember Will saying it. He probably tweet. I don't remember that shit. I remember it was some shit that Jada had came out on.
Yeah, man. And
I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was that shit.
And like Jeff, bro, like I was saying this earlier, bro, like regardless if the nigga went too far or not, you in the same business that he in. So you should be able to at least understand, like, okay, all right, this nigga, all right, I understand. Like, because Will Smith you could really say he's a comedian too, you know? At least for me, I looked at him as a comedian first.
Yeah.
So you should at least understand, like, bro, this is this man didn't mean no harm.
He's a rapper first.
I mean, well, I'm just saying, just based on me, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of niggas don't respect. A lot of niggas don't respect him. I respect him. Yeah. I love the nigga's first album.
But he's been in a sitcom. A sitcom where he was
I get what you
primary funny, right? So you know what I'm saying? So you should understand. So this one I was like, oh, this shit bigger than just a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I think it's everything that's been going on for the past 2 years, to be honest with you. That, you know, he probably felt like, yo, I'm tired of people talking about my wife, right? But then again, you guys are the ones that put your business out in the streets. People to talk about it. So,
get it correct, bro. She was.
Yeah.
She was. Because she couldn't control that dick, and that dick started talking.
No, she did exactly what she was set out to do. She did exactly what she set out to. Look, this is my thing. You can't get mad at a motherfucker for doing what they do.
Exactly.
You get mad at yourself for ignoring what the fuck the motherfuckers is built to do. She was built to do what the fuck she was built to do. That's what it was. That's why my whole thing is that, for one, I never would pity anybody. You got to go through whatever you got to go through. We all got to do. But my biggest thing is to try to gain understanding. That's it. He let me tell you, I'll be the first one to say it. He did some fuck shit. You smack me, nigga, I could have been Chris Rock. I don't give a fuck how much bigger you was than me.
And you gonna laugh walking to him and shit. Like, you know.
Because I sure would have walked up to him and snuck behind him and put him in a sleeper. Because we ain't about to throw them hands. I ain't hear what you said, Jeff.
Oh, no, my fault. Nah, you know, Rob was saying that the way he was walking up to Chris, it was like maybe he was gonna, you know, do some playful shit or, you know.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, he like, look at Richard.
Yeah, Richard. He called him Richard. He was all right there with him.
Yeah. On some sneak.
Hey, low-key, he looked like he want to fuck him up, but last minute, I don't know if y'all seen when he got slapped. It like he thought like he just made a quick decision.
Motherfuckers can say what the fuck they want to say about Chris Rock. That motherfucker's still a fucking man. And at the end of the day, it was just the fact that he knew where the fuck he was. Just like his brother said, nigga, it's 10 of us.
Right.
Trust.
We popped.
It's a bunch of fucking rocks, nigga, and it is. That's why he was saying that one time Chris Rock was talking about it. He said, nigga, you think it's a whole bunch of damn Wayans? Nigga, look at the rocks. It's a shitload of rocks too.
Yeah, he said 10 of them niggas.
Yeah.
10 of them.
Nah.
You won't know. You won't see them niggas coming for you.
Hell no. Hey, I want to say something real quick. You know, I always gotta fucking my moments where I have to like, and this
turn the mic over.
and this is what it really I could post on Instagram. Hey, all the like I've been seeing on Instagram, Facebook. I know y'all been seeing it. A lot of females been saying like, yeah, if you don't protect me like Will did, you know what I'm saying, I don't want him. Fellas, if you see a female that say some shit like that, that should be a major red flag. You should not want to fuck with them. All right, because first off, she don't have your best, not just your best interest in life, but she don't care about your safety. All right. So women because a real woman, she don't have to fucking say, she shouldn't have to say how a man is supposed to protect her. You know what I'm saying? She should judge that based on the man action and energy. So I've been seeing a lot of females posting some shit like, I'm with Will, you know, if he's not like Will, he's not gonna slap him like Will. I don't want him. Fellas, that's not how you. It's different ways how you can protect your woman. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, like to stop that. And I wish a lot of females just stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's a major red flag. You see a woman that fucking posts some shit like that, do not. That's a major red flag right there. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you right now, if a broad's sitting there talking that shit right there, chances are she ain't really got a man. On a real shit.
Real shit.
Yeah. On real shit, most dudes will leave your ass if you put them in a position. For one, I'm not even gonna put that. Listen,
you ain't like what a
I ain't putting that shit on. I'm not putting that shit on Jada. That was all fucking Will, nigga. You sit there and she can give me all the side eyes that she want to give me. I'll tell you right now, goddammit. You give me a side eye because a nigga made a joke, I give you the motherfucking shrug. It was a joke.
It was a joke.
It was funny.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? You gonna whoop my ass? Kiss my ass. You gonna leave me? How you gonna, where? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
How? Yeah. You can go. We don't see each other. Listen, if I'm a motherfucking millionaire, we got houses all across this motherfucker. I'm in LA sometimes. I'm in Hawaii sometimes. We got shit to do. We ain't seeing each other every day like normal people is.
Mm-mm.
So when you leave me, the only thing that you doing when you saying you leave me is that you about to hit me in the courts. That's how they get at your ass. Yeah. I'm going to get half. Because how often do you see somebody just say, I just want a divorce. I don't want shit from them. Tina Turner was the last motherfucker that did that shit. I just want the name. Everybody else, they gonna come and get your ass. Tina Turner was like, I just want the name. That's it. She's like, shit, I'm so glad somebody saved me from anime. Shit. I'm not leaving. You're not about to turn me back into some motherfucking anime bullock.
I don't know.
I'm Tina Turner. That shit sound good, and I'm about to make a lot of money.
How much he beat in my ass?
Right, he was whipping the shit out of me, but I'm gonna get it out the name. He can have everything, but you ain't hear nobody else saying that. You get it out the fucking court. You sit there and side eye me because somebody sold a goddamn joke, and you a goddamn public figure.
Yeah.
The fuck we talking about?
Yeah, bro. You gotta understand, like, you know, the reason why they put, you know, if you look at a lot of these award shows, they always have a comedian hosting it. And the reason why is because, you know, they know the room are full of stars is to break the ego. You know what I'm saying? Like you poke fun at people, everybody gets made fun of. You know what I'm saying? Like at those shows. You know, I remember a couple years ago they was making fun of LeBron James' hairline, and you know what I'm saying? He wasn't pressed. Just laugh. It's a joke.
Yeah, and people want to put out like, well, you know, it's very sensitive to talk about women hair. You know, she's could be dealing with a lot.
It's not cancer. You know what I'm saying?
It's not cancer.
Let me tell you something.
And then she got a video where she said like, I don't give a fuck. She's talking about, you know, hey, I don't give a fuck what people say. I love my bald head. Yeah. But it's like,
look, bro,
fuck out of here.
Check this out.
Niggas talk bad about LeBron James and Tory Lanez.
First and foremost, motherfuckers can sit back and talk all the shit they want to talk about with the alopecia and shit like that. It is what the fuck it is. It does not exempt you from getting your ass talked about.
Right.
I got alopecia. Shit. Motherfucker, and motherfucker would talk about my milk dud head ass all the goddamn time. But let me tell you what motherfuckers have forgot too. First and foremost, Chris is one of the most conscious dudes when it comes down to his black people. Do you guys remember a movie he did?
About hair.
Documentary called Bad Hair, Good Hair.
Yes. Yeah.
That was one of the things he was talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't alopecia. It was talking about the texture of people's hair.
Yeah.
He was the one that did that shit. So when people sit back and start trying to go into history, half the people don't know shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
When they sit there and talk about, even when it comes down to it, like I said, it was way bigger than the fucking joke. At the end of the day, we ain't got to talk about the slap no more. Because if that was the case, Chris would have already went and sued the shit out of him if he felt bad and embarrassed. Chris was like, nigga, I used to get my ass beat by motherfuckers like that was like that. But we still talking about a man that had the statue of being a good guy.
Yeah.
Talk about Will Smith. This ain't no motherfucker that he went around and you got years and years of Will Smith going around slapping people. That ain't what happened. This motherfucking shit was like,
He's been clean cut.
this shit was coming where that's why when people like, nigga, you should have slapped the right person. It's just like I said, none of us are exempt from it. We just not, man. We not exempt. We're not so above slapping the shit out of somebody because we on some old simp ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nobody is. I never would put myself to a point where I'm so strong that I can't do what the other motherfucker did, or I'm so weak that I can't be as strong as the next person. I got so much range where I can be at my lowest and I don't even know how low I can go, and I can be at my highest and I don't know how high I can go. It can be like that for each and every one of us, especially being a man. I can care less. We watching, you be on it when you watch the podcast Fresh and Fit. And I love what they do because they expose the bullshit. A lot of people don't see the method to their madness. But you would see women after women, these young ass women, the first thing that they would do is brag about what?
Money.
Violence.
Oh, yeah.
Beating somebody's ass. Yes. He just had 2 podcasts where you had a group of goddamn women, and shout out to Fresh and Fit, man. But they had a shitload of women on 2 or 3? They all bragging. I stabbed this nigga. I went to jail. I had a federal case because I ran a nigga over. Man, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it wasn't one.
And they laughing at it.
She was dating like a 19-year-old or some shit.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
They all these things. All we got to do is say, I cussed the bitch out. And it's on.
Yep.
So,
you ain't shit. You weak. All these different things that happen. So imagine, let's flip this shit around. Jada goes and let me see. I was about to say my girl from 227, Regina King, but Regina King whipped that ass. Let me see. Who could I get where somebody will sit back and talk some shit about Will and Jada go up there and smack her?
She ain't gonna fuck.
I don't think that's happening.
It could never happen. It can never go down that way. Why? Because women do not protect men.
Yeah.
They do, but not the same way that men protect women. Women protect men, but stay in the fuck out of goddamn trouble. Staying out of motherfucking other men's face.
Exactly.
Be low key,
no shit,
right?
And you expect your man to risk his fucking life.
That's why, as a man, we would sit back and give our life for that type of a woman.
Yeah.
We got dudes that's giving their lives for bras. That's nigga. Then let me
tell you something. Tell you something, bro. And we all in a relationship. Jeff, you married, I'm married, and you know what I'm saying. And James in a relationship. I'm all with protecting my wife. When we got, I can say this about Jeff too. When you got married, you knew your role was to protect and provide.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I love my wife so much where I'm willing, if I have to, I'm willing to risk my life. But I'm not willing to risk my life on no bullshit.
Absolutely.
You
But
know,
let me
what I'm saying? And
let me ask you a question then.
And then the reason why I say that then because niggas, I see niggas on Instagram, yeah, something wrong with you niggas, hey, shit, I feel bad for your wife because somebody made my wife cry. Shit, I'm gonna do worse than Chris Rock. I'm like, well, nigga, that's you. Nigga,
No, they not. No, they
you
not. Somebody did make their wife cry. A lot of these niggas, they wife, baby daddy or whoever he is over there, he done slapped the shit out of her, and all that nigga did was roll over there was like, hey man, don't put your hands on her no more.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I got a story for y'all. Talking about this protection.
Okay.
Thing, right? Okay. Like as a man with this whole protection thing, over your woman, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be calculated. You can't just overreact, with any little bullshit. That's like a female trait. You want to be emotional over everything. There's ways that you can solve an issue without, without it getting to where maybe you're gonna get into a physical fight, or even, you have to go even further than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember a couple years ago, me and my wife went to Miami, right? Like the whole trip, in Miami, we're doing our thing. Niggas is looking. I don't care. I know I got something good. That's why niggas is looking. I don't care about that shit.
Facts.
And back home and whatever, I'm not gonna go fight nobody over no shit like that. We just keep on going. So we went to a club, and she went to go get a drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she came back, and then the club that we went to, my homeboy, he does security at that club. So she came back, and she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell you something, but I don't want you to do anything crazy." I'm like, "What's up?" She goes, "Yo, this dude, he just smacked my butt." And I'm like, "Really?"
Mm.
She was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, hold up." So I'm watching the room, and I'm seeing who the guy's hanging out with, right? And then I just he was like five other people, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I walked up to him. I said, "Yo, I'm gonna just tell you this one time. What you did was extremely disrespectful, and I hope you don't do that shit again." And then he looked at me like he was like, I guess surprised, I guess, because he thought my wife was by herself, right? And then he was like, "Yo, all right, my bad, da da da." And I'm like, "All right," and then I just walked off, right? Came back. I'm like, "Yo, you good?" She's like, "Yeah, da da da." Cool. And then everything was cool after that. So I told one of my friends exactly what I just told y'all. And he was like, "What? Yo, somebody touched my wife. Da da da, I would have punched that nigga in his face. This and that, da 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 da." And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Okay, so you would have punched me in your face." I'm out of town. I'm not with my crew, by myself, right? It was a Saturday. Bunch of cops outside the club. So you think that I'm gonna go ahead and punch this dude in his face?
Hey, I ain't got nobody with me. I just got my wife.
I ain't got nobody with me, right? And possibly risking going to jail. If you get locked up on a Saturday, you ain't seen a judge till Monday.
Nigga, if you in Detroit, you gonna see it on a Wednesday.
Nigga, right.
Shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit.
So
And that's if your ass if somebody didn't catch you with a good one. Shit.
exactly. So I'm already thinking. I already thought ahead. If it would have came to that where he would have like tried to hit me, then it is what it is. But I'm not gonna go ahead.
No,
and
but you had to make it be known,
exactly.
because if the nigga would have kept going, at least you went, because you have to let it be known. Hey man, she with somebody. You might not known she was with nobody or whatever, nigga, but hey, that's off limits right there, partner. Most niggas would be like, my bad, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know, especially if y'all was on vacation or whatever. You said y'all was on vacation?
Yeah.
In Miami.
Yeah, y'all was in Miami, and that Miami shit is something different, dog. That's a whole different world.
Different.
So, yeah, the thing is that you always gonna be in danger when you have a woman, not because of her, It's just because you got them type of niggas that's out there. I almost went to jail. And this was a while ago, man. I was probably still like 19, 20 years old, bro. And I was in a club, wild like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Little skinny ass wild nigga with a high top fade with a part in the middle of it. And I used to go to clubs crazy. I'm overseas now. We in Germany.
Yeah.
Clubs totally different. Anybody that's ever been in the military, if you've been in Germany, they'll tell you, nigga, they got some wild ass clubs there. So we used to dress to fight, high tech boots.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We used to have like t-shirts and button downs. That was one of the reasons why we started wearing button downs. I got that from the Southern niggas. Wear button downs because nigga always grabbing on your clothes. As soon as he grab on your shirt, your buttons pop off.
Yeah.
Now what we doing? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, going back to, some little wild ass shit was going on. The club was packed. We was having fun. We go, on the dance floor dancing, whatever. I'm walking off the dance floor. I got the girl I'm with by the hand. I got her by the hand. Another nigga was grabbing her hand. She pulled back, and I felt her pull back. You know how you just look back?
Yeah.
And she was looking at him. And I looked at him, and he was looking at me. I was like, nigga, you done lost your motherfucking mind?
Right.
He was like, what's up there, nigga? I'm like, really? I'm, adrenaline plus alcohol.
Yeah.
My girl trying to hold me back. She got her hands on me like this. All I did was move her out the way. And me and him got to scrapping. Now, understand, 19.
Yeah.
I'm with probably 12, 13 dudes. We all across the club. He with about 12, 13 dudes all across the club. They see us scrapping.
All y'all got busy.
Now, everybody get right. However, the initial dude I was fighting wasn't fighting no more. Some big ass 6'4" motherfucker picks me up and breaks 2 or 3 tables with me. Boom.
Yeah.
I got beer and
It sound like a movie.
liquor shit all over my motherfucker. My shirt tore off. All that shit. It's over with. Nope. When this nigga finished slinging my ass, it's really on. I would not let him go. Yeah, I would not let it. Nigga, it's like he had crazy glue on him because he was trying to slam me and then let me go. Nope, I'm still holding on to your ass. He picked me up again, slam me.
Get off me, little motherfucker.
Right. So he grabs me. He calls himself trying to put me in a bear hug, but I slides down, and just by luck, I get his, he bends over. I picks him up, and I just start running. I'm thinking I'm running towards a wall because I was trying to bang him up against the wall. Me and him both go right out the window. Me and him both goes out the window.
That's a movie. That's a movie. Like you said, that's a movie.
I was cool. I had a couple of scraps on my neck and glass and stuff like that. But he wasn't. Right. He had I think like 2 punctures. One of them it punctured his kidney. Man, I thought it was over. No, he didn't die. Luckily, he didn't die. When I tell you that was probably the scariest moment of my life,
then you wouldn't be here.
I just had I had some people that had my back, but that was the scariest moment in my life to have to deal with something like that because of my temper got the best of me. And I was not supposed to have, like, that dude was supposed to have mopped me up. Yeah. And he was for a minute, but it's just what it is. That's why I don't when you talk about men, I don't give a fuck how small that stature that man is. I don't care how meek it may seem like that man is. If he actually has, because mostly it just comes down to having the courage to get out there and do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can't be scared to take the fade. No. And that's the thing. That's why so many people will lose. You will see so many big dudes lose to smaller guys because that big dude is a little more passive. That smaller dude, you run up against that dude, it's like, I got something to prove. He gonna get at you.
Hell yeah.
And that's my whole thing was that could have changed my life for the worse.
And hearing both of y'all stories, bro, is the reason why, bro, I'm not a fan. I don't want to go in the club with my wife. Like, I just don't. Like, I'd rather go to a strip club with my wife. Nigga, let's go where the bitches at. Where it's just straight to the point. Like, hey, when I make a transaction, check your ass. You know what I'm saying? You want to give me and my wife a lap dance, whatever. It's like, but the clubs, like, I don't know. I'm real fickle like clubs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
club, like, I enjoy going to the club. I don't have those issues.
if I'm with my niggas, cool. But it's like,
Yeah, I ain't had an incident like that since I was 19 then, bro. That was over 20.
but just think about how niggas are now in our time. Like,
Gotta do is just
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not about to fuck with that shit,
See,
bro.
and that's the good thing about being an older dude. If I'm going to a club, trust me, it used to be like when I was a certain age, I didn't go to clubs that I didn't know nobody, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not a clubber like that anymore. So what I do now is that I have to actually know the reputation of that club. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to any goddamn club. I'm not going to any hole in the wall and nothing like that. But especially, I mean, if we in Florida or something like that, who knows? We on vacation. We about to turn up.
I need a session. I'm not about to be on the floor with motherfuckers. I need my own session there. I go to the club with my wife.
If I have to fight with somebody right now,
somewhere. We posted somewhere.
I'm nothing like how I used to be.
Real,
I swear to God, I ain't no just no knuckling up. I swear to God, it's gonna be a damn Corona bottle. If I can get a champagne bottle, it's gonna be something that I can go ahead and work across somebody's head. For one, I don't have the patience to be a fighter like that. And I don't know. One thing about fighting, you don't know what the hell, how you gonna feel the next day, but you gonna feel fucked up. You don't know. Sometimes when that adrenaline hits, you don't know what hits your fucking. You get big ass knot on your head. You didn't even know you had a knot on. You didn't even know who knocked you out.
As men, as us being men, we just know how other men react.
Yo,
nigga, so that's what makes us
violence.
That's what makes us cool. But that's what makes us cool. That's what makes us a little more cool headed. That's why I was about to ask you. I got a question to ask both of y'all.
man.
If you seen your woman knowing that you was present, jumping in another man's face, what would be your reaction?
I'm mad as fuck.
I know mine is not doing that.
Yeah, me and mine ain't doing that yet, but bro.
But good, Rob.
Okay, so she jumped in her face, most likely the dude. I'm at that point. Look, I'm gonna have to just do what I gotta do. I'm choosing fucking violence. But goddamn, if I make it a fucking lie, I'm gonna be fucking mad as hell. Like, you that selfish enough to fucking, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even jump in my face.
Yeah.
So what you think you gonna jump in another man's face? That's why I said earlier, like, fellas, nigga, you hear that bullshit from a woman talking about, hey, you not willing to do this for me or fucking protect me like this or fucking or choose whatever the fuck, nigga, that's a red fucking flag. Because any woman that fucking love you and have your best interest, she's gonna do anything that she have to do to make sure she don't put you in fucking harm's way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how she would protect you.
That's how she would protect you. You know what I'm saying? You put me on harm's way where I have no choice not to choose violence, where it's going to jeopardize my freedom or my life. That's fucked up. And that shit is a fucking deal breaker for me. I had to fuck that nigga up, or I might get fucked up. And then, God forgive, if I make it out alive, shit, I probably would fucking have to. That's the deal breaker. That's what fucking will make me just break up with you. So I can't fucking trust you no more.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If that was to happen on my end, I'm gonna put it to the side and scream at her. on some like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know better than that. You know, like Rob said, why would you want to put me in a position where, you know, I'm gonna have to jeopardize my safety, you know, and freedom? Like, doesn't make any sense. And any woman who put a man in that situation,
She don't give a fuck about
She
you.
don't give a fuck about you.
you gotta like rethink if you want to make life with this person,
Yeah.
because you know, men, we're not like they're women are the ones that are the emotional ones. They act over, you know, with emotions.
Yeah, they lead
Us,
with their emotions. Absolutely. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And we need that. Because we
I
can
was
be too stoic, man. We can be very stoic where we don't see what's really happening. So they can actually look out for us because they can connect to that emotionality. That's why they need us and we need them. Because sometimes, man, we can be so fucking stoic, or we can be sitting back, and because another person is not saying certain things, one thing that we have to do is also understand that a lot of women can work. They know what the room looks like. They can actually tell we in motherfucking, I don't want to go there. That's why I'm cool when a woman sit back and they're icky and iffy when it comes down to like going out in the wilderness and, you know, eating certain foods and stuff like that, because it's just something that they have in them that protects that it's a protection mechanism that they have. So even with us, sometimes we may not see the danger. They can see it before we can. That's just what it is.
Yeah, one thing add to this is do you guys remember a movie that came out? I would say about, I think, 4 5 years ago. It was like this. It was kind of like a love story in a way. It came out on Valentine's Day. It was a movie about this black couple who ended up getting into a fight with a cop. You know, the cop stopped them, and then
Talk about
they
Queen and
Queen and Slim.
Queen and Slim.
I think that's the movie.
Queen and Slim. Yeah, yeah.
so and I was like, yo, I don't know why people didn't catch that, right? Because when dude pulled them over, she was really vocal. She was on that, oh, y'all stopping us because we black and all this bullshit and da da da, you racist, right? When the black dude was trying to calm her down, and he
Yeah.
was like, oh, like chill, you know, let's just come back
Yeah.
so we could go home. And the funny thing about it was that that was the first date. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time they met, and they was, you know, I guess he was taking her home, and they got pulled over, and she was like on that, like she
Because
was
I
really
work for
mad.
the
I'm a
longest shit.
lawyer,
I'm a
all this
lawyer.
other shit. But
Yeah,
motherfucker, if you was a lawyer, you should know your fucking laws. That
So
man.
that's where we would have the problem. Like, and like that movie. That's what kind of pissed me off about that movie, was
that,
for the simple fact that she felt that she had power and she ain't had no
She
power at
had no
all.
fire.
And my
No
man
power.
was looking at her, was like, bitch, she gonna get mad at you and kill me.
And that nigga was a simp. That nigga
Yeah.
fucking died for no reason.
yeah,
But
bro.
check this out. Let me tell you something. And I remember doing this as a young dude, hothead. I remember getting into it with a woman, and she was with her man. I remember me and her sitting back, going back and forth. I'm like, looking, I was like, and I kept asking the dude, because she just talking and talking and talking. So I'm asking the guy, I say, hey man, is this your woman? She was like, that's my man, and she just kept talking. So he kept looking. He wasn't saying shit. And he was, you know, he'd touch her every once in a while. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Fuck that. This nigga he out of pocket or whatever. Maybe I was. I don't remember. But we were arguing about, I didn't really know her like that. We knew each other a little bit or whatever. But it got to the point, and it was just funny because shit kind of stuck with me. Because me and her, we was arguing. And like I said, I was a young dude then. Again, 19, 20, hothead. I just remember I stopped arguing with her and I looked at old boy. And I said, if you don't stop her from hollering at me, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Man.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
And I don't know. At that time, I didn't know why I did it. Because I was just angry, and I didn't know why my anger went from her to him. And I know now, as an older guy, you make this shit awkward, bro, when you ain't checking the fuck out of her. Do you understand that if me and her get into it, then now me and you still gonna get into it? So instead of me smacking the shit out of her and then I still gotta fight your ass, I might as well just beat your ass right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of dudes would look at if it's a video out there that was probably it's about 4 or 5 years old, and they were on the subway. It's over in your neck of the woods. And the motherfucking broad kept hollering at my man, hollering at my man. Yeah, no, not that one. This dude he actually worked for like the city or something. I don't know. He had a hard hat on. He had the vest on.
Okay.
But he kept he looking at old boy like, this your girl? This your girl? She kept talking shit. My man will fuck you up. And nigga, da. She was talking tough as shit.
Crazy.
He got up, walked over to my man, and just started welling on his ass.
Damn.
That shit looked bad, but then you say, nah, he did what he was supposed to have did.
That's true.
You are not supposed to let your woman be in another man's face at all.
Nah.
Why are you there? That is the ultimate disrespect.
Absolutely.
You don't fight my fucking battles at all. I handle the shit. When I tell you to shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. When the shit go down, I'm be the one that's gonna have to deal with this shit. You shut the fuck up. So that was the whole thing, and that's what got me to a point when I said, no, I did the right thing, but I only said it. That dude actually did it. I just told the dude, I'm gonna fuck it, because I was hoping that he would have said something to me, because at that time, I wanted all the smoke. At that time, I was a boxer. At that time, that's what me and my boys used to do. We used to box, slap box, wrestle. We used to do all kind of shit. Throw water on each other while we sleep. You know, high school, college shit, army shit. So we was with the shits back then.
Yeah.
And so when that happened, and I told old boy, and I said it, and the motherfucker just looked at me. He felt, I know. He probably to this day, if he's still living, I guarantee that motherfucker think about that shit every fucking day. I guarantee he broke up with her ass. I guarantee he broke up with her ass. And if he didn't, he got his ass beat because of her fucking mouth.
Yo.
When I seen that on that video, I said, damn, nigga, I just told the dude that. You don't do no shit like that. You don't sit back and put your man in harm's way with your fucking mouth. Because a dude, I mean, it's gonna be to the end of time, bro, that we already know. Even though you got dudes that's out here putting their hands on women, beating the shit out of them and shit like that, for the whole, you just don't do it. It's not worth it. You won't. It's a lose-lose situation. The only time that you should be putting your hands on a woman is when you feel like you are in danger. Now she get to swinging, it's on and popping now. What you think I'm gonna do? We just did. I just edited the video about them girls at the goddamn Fox Theater in Detroit. They out there trying to fight a dude. They get mad because the dude fought them like they was a dude.
Yeah.
Wait.
No. They try to fight their sister, and all he was doing.
Yeah, he was trying to protect the sister. That's right. But then they started fighting him. What you think he gonna do? He gonna put one hand behind his back.
Self-defense.
Yeah, self-defense.
I mean, look, you can't expect. This is the thing, especially when you get a man. This is one of the things that we have, that men used to have respect for each other. It's the potential of danger.
Yes.
Period, bro. I don't give a fuck how small you are or how big you are. Lives can change when two men get to scrapping.
Yes. Men,
it don't matter.
Men understand it. There's a low level threat of violence when you're dealing with a man. That's why you know that it could potentially get there. So when you're interacting with another man, he gotta give you respect, and you gotta give him respect, because it can get there. But a lot of women, they don't understand that, because they feel like if I get in his face, if I curse him out, or if I physically hit him, he's gonna hold back. So therefore, I'm gonna take advantage and do this to him, right? And what I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna go even a little deeper with this whole situation. You know how when kids growing up, right? Let's say some little boy's playing with a little girl, and let's say the little boy pushed the little girl, right? And everybody get on him. Oh, don't do that. They get so mad, you
Mhm.
know. And or the second part of it is when kids are growing up, little girls and little boy, the only one that gets told to not hit the other is the little boy. They never tell little girls do not put their hands on a little boy or a man.
Right, right,
So
right.
so they know that, oh, okay, I could do certain things because he's physically stronger than me. You know, he's not gonna do nothing back to me. And the sad thing about it is this: some niggas will take it there. They're
Mhm,
not gonna care if you hit them; they'll hit
mhm,
you right back.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I was in a relationship, right, and then shorty kept hitting me, and I kept going down. You know, like first of all, I wasn't used to that type of shit. You know, and then when I had a best friend at the time, and I told my best friend like, "Yo, like, I think I'm about to leave this chick because she hit me. I don't know what the fuck to do."
mhm,
Like going, I mean, how, you know, I know my fathers. He always told me don't put your hand on a woman. They always say that, don't put your hand on a woman, but they don't tell you how to deal with, you know, if a woman is putting their hands on you or if they being abusive. How do you deal with that? So my best friend was like, "Yo, like you're in an abusive relationship. She's abusing you," and
mhm,
I'm like, "Nah, I mean, I'm the man, da da da. You know, I could take it type shit. You
mhm.
know, it's like, whatever." And then when I was really looking at it, and I'm like, "Yo, she's right. This is this is
It's
like
abusive.
it's
Yeah.
abusive, right?
Mhm,
Because you, I'm the man. She's physically, not as superior. So it's like whatever, you know. So I ended up leaving Shorty, and later on when I went to therapy, not
I
into
ain't gonna
that.
even,
When
wait. Listen.
He say
yeah,
call her shorty.
yeah,
No, listen. The only reason why I'm laughing because I'm putting myself in that predicament, right? I told you I was a little hot head,
yeah.
so it's a little bit different with me. It's
No, I know,
You
yo,
gonna
and,
slap
and
the bitch.
funny thing,
no, I don't. No, I wouldn't. When it comes down to women, my whole thing is not. It's not the whole slap thing. But I got some very strong grips, man. My hands are. I got mechanic hands. They soft now, but they only soft to the touch. These motherfuckers right here. I
I'm
have
I'm
squoze.
surgical with this shit,
I'm
Jake.
surgical with it, Jake. I'm, and all of what I was thinking of was this, and I've never done it, but I've known dudes to do shit like this. Like, if you ever notice with us as men, we kind of exert our power a little bit, but we do it in a playful manner. Even with other men, think about what we do. We rough play
yeah.
with our children. We rough play, throw their ass all the way. I've thrown my children so far up where I'm like, I hope I could catch your ass because I threw it too goddamn far. My bad. I didn't know. You know, but we rough play with our kids as men. That's what we do. If you ever look at any other species,
Yeah.
that's males, they rough play with them. But what we do is we exert and we demonstrate the type of power we have. That's why we swing them the way we swing them. That's why we take them and slam on the bed and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like with the woman. The woman would try to play with us. The younger they are, the more they would try to play us because what they're trying to do is try to they try to scale out how much power we actually have. So they'll do the whole play thing with the wrestling and jump on your neck and shit like that. And then if they play a little too much, because I'm one of them dudes, what I used to be, one of them dudes that was very just, all right, I'm playful. You get it, you jump on my neck, I'm gonna show you what I do. You jump on my neck, I'm gonna do a flip with your ass on my back. well, I'm gonna pick you up and I'm gonna toss your ass and show you how strong it. That's just what we do. And sometimes they get hurt, sometimes they don't, but they know the strength of a man.
Yeah.
And that way they will understand. But some women have it never happened to them before.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. By the time they get to learning the lessons, they're at the age where they're grown. And they be like, I don't know, man, but as adult women, they get angry.
Yeah.
But if they were young and they seen, they like, nah, these motherfuckers they built something different. They understand how much different a man is built.
Yeah.
We do it with our partners. When we young, what do? We wrestle, we play, because what we're doing is we're trying to exert how much alpha we are.
Yeah.
And then, or just establish who the fucking alpha. Sometimes you just ain't the fucking alpha in there.
Yeah.
You will see the nigga got more. You like, damn, this nigga got that motherfucking power right there.
Got it, yeah.
And then you like, all right, nigga, we ain't playing like that no more. And everybody go about their business. This is just what it is. It's force.
Yeah.
Power over force. 48 laws of power. All of this shit is in that. So when you look at the way that the world is right now, a lot of it comes from when you got these women that's out here doing this shit. The world has been too cushioned for them.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's the men that has cushioned it. It ain't no other women that's cushioned it.
And that's
for
crazy.
them. It's other men that cushion it for them.
It's crazy. Like, even when we hear this whole protect black women, like, oh, we need to protect black women. Well, I would say, well, y'all are protected because y'all
like a motherfucker.
The shit that y'all get away with is because of men.
That's it.
Like the bad behavior that y'all get
away
away
an army
with
of women.
It's because of
men and see who will win this motherfucker.
And the reason why men do it because they just trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, keeping the options open,
or maintain it, or
maintain it,
it's all
or at least have a chance.
It's more. It's even more than.
Well, I tell females, man, watch how you see these niggas think they got your best interest of life. These women activists and shit. Them niggas be the worst niggas.
But it's even deeper than that, man. It's not just the physical sex of a woman, man. The presence of a motherfucking woman is something different, nigga.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's so different. When you think about them niggas, if you know some niggas that done spent some time in the pen, I'm talking about some time, nigga. The pen pals they done had, the booger bears these niggas come out getting. They like, well, shit, she got this, she got that, and then they can move the fuck on. But when they find somebody that they can actually, they love their company, it's something different with that, dog. It is more than just sex. We keep saying it, it's the initial and the primary thing. Hell yeah. But I done seen some niggas with some booger bears. You be like, what the fuck is he with her? Nah, he with her because she got the money. You be like, nah. When you actually see her, you be like, no, she actually is a nice woman. This motherfucker be cooking and cleaning. She always at the motherfucking Walmart getting this nigga shit. Nigga got Tim's and motherfucking, shit. And she done motivated the nigga to get a job. Not the one with the ain't shit nigga. No, the nigga that really want to get his life together. You see him, you be like, she ain't no looker. Let's see what else she got. And then when you see it, you be like, damn, nigga, that's all right. I got you, homie, because it's something different. It's something way bigger than just sex. Yeah. Sex is it's just gotta happen.
Y'all know y'all saw the
sex just gotta happen. If you don't even, you ain't sexually attracted to somebody, nigga, you looking like, I don't know if y'all know who Mr. Roper was, but nigga, on Three's Company, I used to feel bad for Mr. Roper, boy.
Y'all saw the Instagram, I forgot his name, but he is dude on Instagram, right? And he made it like a clip, right? A skit, you know what I'm saying? He was like telling the girl, yeah, I'm not ready to be in a relationship or nothing like that.
Oh, and she was cooking.
He ate the right, like, damn, this crispy chicken. And you cook like this year
beans and rice.
Well, you know what? I think we should be in a relationship. You cool about keep my shoes off for a couple years.
Trying to tell you, boy, it's something bigger than just it. If all she got to offer is sex, nigga, after about 6 months, that's a wrap. Now what you got? You like, what's your next dance? You looking like that. Just like with us, it's more than just. It's a whole lot of shit we got to do, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, that's why a lot of niggas can't close the deal. They can almost close the deal, but they think closing the deal is you had sex with her and you done got 6 months with her. That's not closing the deal, homie. That is not closing the deal.
The deal, you make her your wife, my nigga.
You got to close the deal. Yeah. On some real ass shit.
Real ass shit. You start have wife and she have your kids.
If you ain't doing that shit, you ain't close. I don't give a fuck what they saying nowadays. You know, it's new. What they talking about right now? It's a new age and times have changed. You be like, well, time need to change the fuck back then.
Right.
Because this shit is terrible.
You got Cardi B lying to y'all talking about I don't cook, I don't clean, all this other shit.
If you listening to a rapper that sit back and
who
say
don't do
shit like that,
she's a fucking housewife. Like she fucking do all that shit, cook
Right.
and clean. She got a man. Like fuck out of here.
And the nigga put
I
on
wish I would
on top of that.
put her on, nigga. Ain't that crazy? Even when you see that, and this is my thing.
All these niggas
even with some of these damn artists, man, you just know some of these motherfuckers, they understand who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking Cardi B, Offset, the whole Amigos hookup. These motherfuckers actually are finding out who they are. I'm a fucking entertainer. I'm gonna do what I gotta do as an entertainer, but off that shit, I'm doing something different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you see how they move now, you like, oh shit. In a minute, Cardi B gonna be doing songs with Kirk Franklin and the and the people. You know, when you look at the evolution of it, you like, damn, she's evolving now.
Hell yeah.
She's starting to understand who she is. That was the same thing with when we talk about with the whole thing going back. Let's go back full circle. Chris Rock, Will Smith. Will Smith forgot who the fuck he was. That's all it was.
It was, yeah.
He forgot where the fuck he was at and who the fuck he was. And that is costing him right now.
All right.
A whole lot.
Good news is if he hold on, if he cool with it, man, he gonna get past this shit right here. It's been way worse shit that has happened in life. Life-changing things. That wasn't a life-changing thing to me.
Yeah.
That was a moment that everybody should have taken in stride and learned from it. That's it. It's not life-changing at all, man. If it was life-changing, the nigga be in jail for assault.
Yeah.
But he got to deal with the actions that he did, and that's what a man has to do.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You got to deal with it, bro. At the end of the day, ain't no pitying, ain't no feeling sorry, ain't no calling him a fucking, he ain't shit and all that shit. Nah, he did some fucked up shit. Now what we do? It's 2 weeks now. What we do? The man sat back and he said, well, fuck it, I got to put it in action.
Yeah.
First, let me go talk to Dr. Pepper right quick, see what's going on in my head. Now, the next thing he gonna have to do is either
you gotta leave G.I. Jada.
Fuck the leave. If the bitch, first and foremost, he put the motherfucker on fucking notice. And she got to do some major motherfucking changing. No, it ain't just leaving. Fuck that, bitch. You know how many years we done put in together?
That's what I was like.
You know how much time? Nope. You ain't getting off that fucking easy. Because you going to make, if I go out there and I throw the towel in like that, you going to make my life hell. So we going to be in hell together. So guess what you going to have to do? You going to have to change. Yep. Well, what if? Nope, ain't no what if no more. Bitch, I gave you all the goddamn nope. This is what you got to do. Well, what do you want from me, Will? I want you to be submissive. I want you to shut the fuck up. I don't want you to be doing nothing else. Everything that I say, I want you to do. And if she sit back and say no deal, he'll sit back and say, well, then you got to leave. I'm not going no motherfucking way. I'm going to make your life motherfucking history. That's what it's going to be.
Yo.
Because he already done went through the hell part. Fuck all that shit. I'm not leaving. You leave.
Right.
What if he already did that?
It's just my house. Huh?
What if he already did that? I feel like I think he already did all of that. She just.
But leaving, when you talking about being rich, leaving, no, it ain't the fact that he left. I swear to God, he probably put the pressure on her. She just ain't feeling it yet.
Yeah.
He may not have said 2 words after that.
Yeah.
He checked himself in, bro. Do you know how loud your silence can be to a woman?
Facts.
And you just give her that motherfucking look, nigga, and you just walk off, and it ain't even a look of hate. It's just a look of
Disgust.
damn. Right. It's just
I don't give a fuck.
it's that ugh.
Ugh.
You don't even look, your thoughts don't even have it, don't even talk loud. It'd be like, I can't believe it. You ain't giving her the fucking pleasure to understanding shit no more. I try to get you to understand. Now you got to figure it out your goddamn self.
Find me
So
some
you right
Find me some young
where he
hoes.
might have left her in a certain way. However, man, when he find out who the fuck he back is again, he may already have done it.
I think
Like, motherfucker, I'm Will Smith.
so. Let me ask you this, right?
That book, she was mad at that motherfucking book. I guarantee.
I gotta
you.
read. We gotta read that book, Jeff. Because
She's
I've been
mad
hearing
at
some.
fucking
Shit.
book,
Keep
nigga.
talking about it. I gotta check it out.
I gotta read that shit. Let me ask y'all this, right?
Oh, nigga, if you can get the paperback or the hard book and get that motherfucker in Audible.
I got Audible.
The nigga, get it in Audible.
I like the Audible.
He's narrating it.
Yeah.
He's narrating it. That shit is way more, man. It's like, you know, when I get an Audible, I have to get the actual, I got to get the book too. Because sometimes I like reading along with the motherfucking shit. Or I'll read the motherfucker and then I'll let him go ahead. I just need it in my brain. Sometimes, you know, I got to read a different type of way. I'm just I'm a different type of nigga, man. I got to read a chapter like 3-4 times, you know, depending on how easy to read is sometimes. You know, if it's something like that, I probably can do it one time or whatever, but I want to have that in my head. And let me tell you, one of the things that made me really love reading was because my imagination, man, it goes so wild, bro.
It does.
Your imagination goes wild. It is because you can interpret phrases and words in one way, and it could be another way. And if you read it again, and if you read the whole thing, sometimes it's just something how
Simulate the mind.
It's way better than looking at. It's way better than looking at the movie.
Yeah, man. It's like it's challenging your mind. Like
that shit is just dope.
Change your. Let me ask y'all this, right?
I go to sleep on movies, so it probably take about 5 or 6 times for me to see it and see the whole thing all the way through.
How y'all feel about the video that recently just came out of Jada really like recording Will, and she was talking about the red table, and he just told her, "Look, you should just record me, without letting me know." Like, so what?
This is the thing. Didn't nobody really take it when this is when they started. I remember seeing the video when she first started doing the tapings for the red table, and this was before because Will wasn't. You didn't see Will on. He was supporting her, but you didn't. They were trying to get him to get on it, and he just wasn't trying to do all that shit. So she was trying to get something out of him where he was like, I don't want anything to do with that shit. So when she asked him, do you think that the red table is helping, that it helped that, and she called the fucking red table a she. And he like, I don't even know how to answer this. But what he did was he just told her, listen, I'm about to put my foot down. I don't think that you should be just invading my space. Just put me on motherfucking social media without asking my permission. He couldn't put it in those words because he was just like, you shouldn't even be. How did he say it? You should not be.
Like he was like,
it's my bread and
it's
butter.
my bread and butter. My
but
brand.
You can't be just, putting this shit on.
And then she made it seem like she's the victim.
She kept saying this foolishness.
She put the camera on her like, this is what I have to deal with. Like,
I got to deal with this foolishness. So it just got to the point where I understand what that shit is. I understand when a motherfucker is sitting back and they poking the bear. And they can do it for years. You could just keep poking the fucking bear. And it could be off of some bullshit that I did that you just could not forgive. And I'm pretty sure that this is kind of like that case. I did something and you just can't forgive it.
Yeah.
We supposed to be That's why sometimes, man, relationships can be boring as fuck. And they can be boring because you can have that mate that's just faker than a motherfucker. We gonna go to counseling, but they trying to go to counseling to get you better because ain't shit really wrong with them, but they gonna say we been fucking up. Don't put we in your fuck ups. And that's what this is happening right now with Jada. We fucking up. You ever had somebody did that shit and you know you wasn't the motherfucker fucking up, and they be like, we need to do this shit all over again because we was fucking up. No, I can tell you, no, you was fucking up. There is a time where your ass is fucking up. There's not always a time where it's just both of us fucking up. You can have it in a relationship where one motherfucker can be fucking up while the other one is putting in a big ass effort. I don't know why motherfuckers don't think that is true. No, you fucked up. And I guarantee that's why I'm like, man, we out here trying to judge. It's very hard to put ourselves in other people's relationships when all we got to know is just the basics of the relationships, man. And right now, the things that we all have to deal with, one of the things we got to deal with in these relationships is we got to find out how to cohabitate with each other, how to have discourse with each other without disliking each other. That is not a really easy thing to do, especially when you start discovering shit about a person that you did not know. You Republican? Yeah. What, you Democrat? It's fucked up. You Christian? You an atheist? You dig what I'm saying?
Or you have to adapt when that person change. You know what I'm saying?
Boom. That's where it gets.
Because let me tell you something.
That's where it gets.
Let me tell you
the
something.
Changing.
Let me tell you something. Like a lot of times when me and my wife bump heads, there's a lot of pro-black shit. Because when I met her, I was on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was on the Democrat side. Now, nigga, I'm like, man, fuck all that shit. That shit is bullshit. Nigga, I want Trump back. I'm like, my wife be looking at me totally different now. Like, nigga, I'm like, these niggas ain't shit. Like, I think I ain't changed the whole 360 on niggas. Nigga, you go on my Facebook, I be laughing. Some of my Facebook shot, I got Black Lives Matter, nigga. I'm got the fist signs up about Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Trump is a fucking how can a president say grab you by the pussy? Now I want this. Now, like, man, this nigga
did it.
This nigga wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
I'm a whole hypocrite in this bitch.
Yeah, but it goes to that. The whole thing is this. One of the things that I think that gets a lot of couples on the same plane is that a lot of things that we learned growing up, a lot of things that we were conditioned to learn, that's a part of our, when we start getting rid of a lot of that shit, because man, we got to shed some of this shit.
Yeah.
All the things that I learned being a teenager and a kid, I modified it. You would never hear me talk about how I was raised. When I talk about how I was raised, I'm telling jokes and I'm reflecting, but I'm not telling you that I am the way that I am because of how I was raised, because I have more years on raising myself than I have when my parents raising me. Ooh. My parents had 17 years to raise me. I'm 49. How many years I had of raising myself? Ooh. I got more years in the back of me than I have in the front of me.
That's crazy.
So all the things that I've learned from my parents, I modified. I had to divorce my parents' ways. That's when I knew I was a motherfucking man. When I sat back and the things that my parents were saying and they've always said and the shit, I was just like, nah, I don't look at it that way no more. And I was saying it to them and they were like, what the fuck you mean? That's when we both nodded at each other after our argument, after you out your goddamn mind to be talking about that right there.
Yeah.
That's how,
and then you see a
that's
lot
me
of
imitating my daddy right there.
You have a lot of parents will say, well, you wasn't raised like that. Well,
yeah, but guess what?
Like you said, I divorced them ways.
One of the ways that I understand my growth is talking to my parents. My growth, talking to them and being able to stand on what I really, I really back and I stand on it, the things that I believe and I stand on it, and I can speak to them and they can sit back and be like, well, why do you think that way? Sometimes they don't. They'd be like, you wrong. My mama really good at that. She just you wrong without even asking me why do I feel that way now. Then she would come back though. That shows the respect that she would have. Where she'll sit back, my mother will sit back and be like, well, okay, what makes you feel the way that you feel? Now I can be heard. Now I can express it.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop her from still challenging my thoughts. So it's a different type of way that I have to deal with my parents now. But that's how I knew I was growing up, bro. I knew I was growing up because my parents was like, this motherfucker just threw everything that we taught you away.
But you know what?
And then they be like, but you a man.
It shows.
And that's what they be like, yep, now you can take care of me. Now you can take care of me.
It gotta get to a point where we gotta challenge our parents.
They look at me and my brother totally different now. They be like, boy, that some strong-headed boys right there. Because we're not agreeable with everything.
But yeah,
we still love him.
I think that if you're able to do is that, like you said, right? Your parents teach you everything they know, and some of their views on things and morals is gonna align with what you're gonna do. But when you get older and you start going through life on your own, and you start educating yourself and going through life, you start to have your own view on things. So what happens with that is you start comparing some of the things that you was taught and to how you're looking at things now. Sometimes you might still be, like on the side. Okay, sometimes you might still try to not to get away too much from what you was taught, or you might just go to the deep end where you're like, okay, this is how I view things now. This is what it is, and this is how it's going to be. And I feel like that's what a lot of us, probably go. Like he was saying earlier, I used to be on that same type of way. For example, vote everything Democrat. Everything Democrat. Everything Democrat. And when you start looking at the world and how they do things, and you're like, damn, these niggas they running the game on the whole country.
Yeah, it's like a pimp game.
So, it's like you're looking at things different. Like lately, I posted this on my Instagram the other day. Like I'm more like the old school type of person. I'm like more conservative, right? I'm not, on either party or whatever.
Right, me neither. Me neither.
Yeah, me either.
Politics shit. I'm more conservative. You know what I'm saying? I posted on my Instagram. I was making fun, but I'm like, the more I sit back and I analyze, everything that's going on, I'm like, my views align more with, being a Republican. I know that I'm conservative with a lot of things. I'm not really, with all this new shit that's going on. So, I was able to educate myself on a lot of different, issues and things that's going on, and I got my own views on things now. If my mom here, if she hears about some of my views now, she probably think I'm crazy.
Right.
Things different,
Yeah, you're gonna see. This is the thing when you grow, especially what you do when you doing taxes and things about finances and money and stuff like that, credit and stuff like that. All of those are actually conservative tactics. Those are very conservative. Why? Because what you're doing is you're strategizing portfolios, financial portfolios, your financial, all these different things. And it's not so much as of being a Democrat or a Republican, because you got conservative Democrats, just like you got liberal Republicans, but when you're dealing with capitalism more than you're dealing with socialism, because the thing is that capitalism is what makes this world go around. Socialism is how you can get everybody to do what the fuck you need them to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like marketing. You know what I'm saying? Socialism is it's like a marketing thing to get capitalism.
Yeah.
So when you looking at things like that, you looking at the world a little, when you start looking at your finances and shit like that, and you like, oh man, this whole world is based off of this right here. How many of these bio survival tickets, we like to call money or dollars or something like that, they're bio survival tickets. How many of these motherfuckers can I collect? And how many of these motherfuckers that when I collect them, how many of these motherfuckers can I multiply? I put them into this and the motherfucker multiply. How do I do that? Everybody that you're going to talk to is going to be pretty much a person that's conservative. They may not claim it, but when you're talking about capitalism, which is money, you're talking about motherfucking conservatism. That's what it is.
I'm gonna vote whoever the best person for the job, or I'm not gonna vote. I'm not gonna. Or I tell people too, like, it's just like it's powerful to vote. It's powerful to hold your vote.
Yeah, but no, it's not powerful to vote when you don't understand how.
You don't understand. Vote. Yeah, you're right.
It's not powerful to vote when you don't understand.
You don't understand.
First and foremost, before you even get to the vote, what you have to do, you got to nominate.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start talking about shit like that, man, it's like a class, man, like a class in socialism, because that's basically what that shit is. It's marketing. It's a lot of fucking social marketing. And when you start talking about those things, now you're very, very interested in a different part of life, because now you have to care about other people. That's basically what it is. I don't give a fuck. That's why you have so many goddamn politicians that lie, because they actually care about other people. It ain't the fact that they care about their well-being. No, they care about the motherfuckers getting those votes in, getting those nominations in. So what do? They market themselves. It's not even themselves. They're marketing their stance. That's basically what it comes to. I don't know how the fuck we got here. But God damn.
Niggas just be talking.
I don't know how the fuck we got here. We just went down the motherfucking rabbit hole, man. But we'll have to definitely talk about that, because one of the things I do want to do is I want to have a workshop, man, on how to gain power in voting.
That'd be dope.
How to gain power in voting.
Maybe we should
the process in doing it. It's a process. First and foremost, you got to know who people are. Yeah. You got to care about people, man. You cannot be. That's why they call them. What do they call them? Servants, public servants.
Yeah.
You can't be a public servant if you don't at least care about it. You may not care about them like their well-being, but you do care about who the fuck is voting for who. And if they're going to see things your way, at least a little bit. And how do you get to a point of sitting at the table? That's another thing. A lot of people don't understand that. Politics is about the table. Yeah. It's about the negotiation table. You're not going to get everything your fucking way. It ain't going to happen. And once we start getting that, because what we have to start doing, man, is start getting people to start thinking in a more present way. And they can't be thinking in the past, because so many people are thinking in the past. That's why we keep hearing it's racial this and there's racial that. That shit ain't gonna go away.
It ain't.
Racism ain't gonna never go away. Mm-hmm. So what you do is,
what's the next move now?
You navigate around all of these things.
Yeah.
sexism, placism, shit. I don't give a fuck. Get rid of all the motherfuckers. It's gonna be motherfuckers with wavy hair now. We don't like them motherfuckers. Niggas with little lips. We ain't gonna like them. Little motherfuckers with big lips. It's always gonna be something.
Little lips.
Everybody wears size 9. You motherfuckers is the devil. That's how we gonna get down. So it's never gonna be. It's gonna always be something. So how you navigate through it, man? You get that bread. You get that money. You get power.
Right.
And you ain't got to get all the power. You just get power. You get enough power where you can transfer it to the next person that you care about.
Yep.
Then you go ahead and check the fuck on out. That's why I'm like, nigga, let me be 90, 95. I'm gonna fade out. I'm gonna be like, nigga, this is my last dance right here. I got the last, do the gate on their ass, nigga. And I'm be like, this is my last dance.
Yeah.
And I'm out. Cause they go out peaceful. They ain't going out screaming and, oh Lord. No, they be like, hey, get everybody here.
Yeah.
Get everybody here. That's a privilege, man. That's more of a privilege than your ass getting up, brushing your teeth, thinking tomorrow that you about to go down to see the point or King Dominion, and somebody take you out. Bow, you gone. I'd rather be like, nah, I'm not doing another motherfucking thing. My back hurt. My heart is only at 60 ticks.
Yeah,
I'm 93 years old.
I ain't got time for that shit.
I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
I'm about to go ahead and watch the last. What's gonna be old when I get old? About that old, I'm gonna be watching this Martin shit. I'm gonna be watch my last season of Martin, and I'm out this bitch. I'm about to check out, fade
Watch
to
this
black.
Fresh Prince, the new Fresh Prince and the old Fresh.
I don't know if y'all ever seen that David Chappelle one when my man got shot, and that nigga was like, he got shot, and he was like, they killed my brother. He was like, come on. He's like, man, you got to. He was like, yes, you got to. That nigga said, I'm dead.
Oh yeah.
David Chappelle was stupid as hell for that one right there. You got to. He was like, yes, brother, I'm dead. Yeah. That's what I want to do. I want to go out that way. I want to just go out where, and I don't know who's gonna be taking care of me. If I can make it until I just get to the point where I'll be like, man, this arthritis kicking my ass. I'm done. Somebody throw that Martin on.
Right. That nigga's crazy.
Throw that Martin, then after Martin, I'm be watching all the Dave Chappelle shit. Throw that Snowfall on.
Damn. Snowfall. I built this shit. Brick by brick.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, man, we got a chance to get it off, man. Listen, we got to do a show for y'all brothers, man. I got a couple of my family members I also want to put on here. It's called We Gonna Have the Millennial Show, bro. I want to be able to have that show.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to have that one.
Hell yeah, I want all that smoke.
I'm ready to go ahead and rock that. So anybody watching this video, if you fucking with me and you are what's a fucking millennial? Y'all know what the age of stars at?
Nah.
I'll probably say what?
What you think? What age you think millennials start at?
For
give me the year. You can give me the year.
91, like 90 and up. 90 to fuck that. 90 and up.
What you think, Jeff?
1990 and up.
I think 90, probably 91 to 2000 some shit.
So yeah.
Nope.
What is it?
It is 88 to about 70. I mean, to about 90, about 97.
Okay.
Well, 88.
Yeah, nah. By the time 99 got here, somebody was, if you was born in 99, your ass, what is it, a Z? Generation Z? Or is it? I'm generation either Y or Z. I can't remember. I don't, but yeah, nah. And even about 87, you have some people that kind of got snatched into the millennial shit. But yeah, it was like the late 80s.
Yeah, I'm down for
into
that.
the late 90s, and then you got the other generation. Like y'all and that's what's crazy. Y'all generation, y'all next. Y'all next up the bat.
For real.
Yeah.
Y'all next up the motherfucking bat, dog. Y'all ain't the young niggas no more. You can't
I'm
do
about
young
to be,
nigga shit no more.
I'm about to be 31 next Sunday. Shit.
Y'all, hey, look, y'all baby OGs right now.
Yeah.
Y'all in training, y'all OGs in training.
For real.
If you was in Chicago, nigga, at 28, your ass would be an OG in training for real. No, you'll be an OG, a full-fledged.
Yeah.
Them niggas don't make it till about 31. They about 31, they gonna check the fuck on out of there. They like, yep, I'm an old nigga right here. Let me tell y'all, young, you got a 29-year-old tell us something. Let me tell y'all young niggas little shit right here.
Right.
When I was your age, when I was 20,
Yeah, when I was 20, nigga.
Nigga.
that was 8 years ago.
Nigga, I was out there running them. I was for real.
Nigga, we were drinking Incredible Hawks.
All right, we had that hypnotic rocking, nigga, all day. Hypnotic and Hennessy. That's how we was rolling back then.
We used to snap the fingers and
Nigga,
do the step.
Y'all don't remember? Y'all remember the OG Soldier Boy, nigga, but that was the shit back then. The OG Soldier Boy, nigga.
Little Bow Wow. You just don't know.
Bow Wow is the motherfucking OG, nigga. Back in the day when Bow Wow was kicking it, nigga.
Let me tell you about this COVID shit. It was killing everybody. Oh man,
yeah,
shit,
man.
we
But
been-
no,
we been
yeah,
here.
we definitely. I want to put it together, man, and make it for real. And they basically.
God
Is that
damn.
my shit?
Hell yeah,
That's the music to tell us it's time to cut this shit off. Goddamn.
Yeah, you hear the
what's
music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my girl. What's her name?
I don't know this shit. Nigga.
No, old girl that just turned it on.
Who?
You don't know who old girl is,
I
nigga?
don't know who.
Nigga, that's my dot. Yeah, he said, I don't know who old girl.
I don't know what this nigga talking about.
Alexa, dog.
Oh, Alexa. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? What old girl? What the fuck?
She just turned that shit on. I don't know. We talking loud as fuck. She was just like, all right.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, let me get another one, man. We about to go in here. We
about to end
this
it right now, man. Jeff, you know what it is, man.
Hey, man, listen. I'm gonna have questions. I'm gonna be questioning y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the millennial shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some shit up for y'all. This gonna be y'all show, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to
And
that show too.
yeah,
Hey, millennial.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanna be able to, because it's a lot that I actually, it's a lot of shit that I wanna ask y'all. Like it's some shit that I really wanna, like, y'all generation.
Yeah.
For real.
Let's do that.
Instead of motherfuckers sitting back, and it might be some questions that other people will want to ask too. They just ain't never had the balls to sit down with y'all generation and actually talk to y'all.
No.
And one of the things that I do understand about y'all generation, man, is that it's not all lost.
No, it is.
Like, it's brothers like you, it's brothers like my man right next to me. I got a nephew, man. He doing his thing. And matter of fact, he's married too. 5 kids, dog. 5 fucking kids. Matter of fact, your boy, that's when you were saying your boy know him.
Yeah.
And I have to get him on there, man. I'm so proud of that dude, man. He out here making it happen. And I got a couple other ones. It's a lot of y'all. And it's just the fact that shit, y'all, we put y'all, when y'all get to talking to each other, then y'all can see the different types of lifestyles that each motherfuckers listen is really, going through. The shit that y'all going through. But man, I gotta commend y'all. I gotta commend you guys, man. Actually, you, Jeff, you, Robert. I'm glad that I met both of y'all brothers, man.
Same
and we gonna salute to the brothers, the black men that's actually out here doing the damn thing.
Goddamn right.
And we definitely gonna do. I definitely want to do that one, right?
Yeah,
I
for sure.
definitely want to do that one right there,
Yeah,
man.
let's do that, man.
I told my mom, I said, man, it's kind of hard for me to really have conversations with dudes my age and older right now. It's just
But
motherfuckers just hard headed. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things I do understand about you guys is that y'all can have your way of thinking, but then you guys listen, bro. Y'all actually listen.
Yeah.
And this is like, you know, a lot of the brothers that's y'all age, man, really sit down and y'all think about life and things like that. And a lot of y'all didn't have it. Like what I got, I know y'all generation didn't have. You know what I'm saying? And y'all had to kind of like, you guys had to kind of innovate, bro.
yeah,
But it's getting lost because now we got a generation up under y'all now.
Yeah.
And they lost.
oh
These
Lost,
motherfuckers
lost.
fucked up.
man,
They lost.
we didn't talk about.
That's what the nigga say. Oh, you lost. I don't know if you follow Ha Davis.
I know that.
You know who that is?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
You know he's originally from here, from Detroit.
he from here. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That motherfucker. He funny. He funny.
He be getting deep too.
Yeah. Oh man, the nigga. Yeah. Hell yeah. But we definitely going to put it. I don't want to have it just a chop it up show. I actually want to have this show that has some substance to it. And I'm gonna have some questions, bro. And it's gonna challenge you guys. That's all. It's just gonna challenge you guys.
For it.
Yes, sir. And
Hell
then we're gonna build from there.
Hell
Build
yeah.
from there, bro.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
But we're gonna go ahead and end this off, man.
Yeah,
Jeff, what you got to say, man? Go
Yeah.
ahead. You got the last thought, bro.
Yeah, last thought. Promote your shit, bro.
Just one last thing is, I feel just as black men, I feel like, the type of stuff that we do. I mean, I care about the black community. You know what I'm saying? I care about my people. So definitely the image matters. The image of our women matter. The image of our black brothers matter. So that's why I do the type of stuff that I do. Talk on the podcast, bringing families back together. Because without family, we don't have a community. So, teaming up with you guys and, talking openly, about different topics and things, hopefully that can bring some type of togetherness.
Yeah.
We can keep building on that.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Hey, I'm
Most
so
definitely.
yeah, man. And it's more coming. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we the power team right now. So Gemini
Hey, we the
Talk
next coming,
podcast
dog.
times what we know, man.
Yeah.
And honest shit.
Definitely.
Hey, Joe, let me know when y'all ready to do the YouTube thing, man. I'm ready to go ahead, bro. We got a wealth of motherfucking knowledge over there, brother. For real. And I'm willing to help you guys do whatever it is that it takes, bro.
Yeah, get y'all monetized in no
I'm
time.
gonna call you this week about that. Because I had a question about like the camera setup and all that. I'm gonna give you guys a call about that.
Yeah, and that's what I should have. If I had my shit together earlier today, it definitely was on me. But if I had my shit together earlier today, man, I would have started doing the anchor shit too, because that's another outlet. So keep doing that shit. That shit is dope as hell.
We need to hop
so
on
we
that
getting
shit.
ready to jump on that too.
Yeah.
We doing everything that we can possibly do, bro, because this ain't just us just talking shit, getting on the mic, and nothing is gonna come out of this. It's gonna be something to come out of it, bro.
And
For real.
We need to come to y'all. I'm gonna go to Jersey one day, man.
Nigga, there ain't nothing for us to get over that way.
Yeah, for sure.
For real.
Yeah,
Summertime.
Yo, anytime, bro.
Yes, sir.
Jersey, New York right next to Jersey, so a bunch of shit going on in New York, and a lot of people don't know it's a bunch of shit here in Jersey. Like Jersey's mad cool. A lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, one of my favorite artists, dog, is from there. My boy Redman. That
Oh yeah. Hell
Brick
yeah.
City.
Oh, speaking of Redman. Oh man. So hopefully next show.
Shit, him, Naughty by Nature.
Hopefully we're gonna do a 420 show. I will see.
Yeah, we I'm a
You
yeah,
You know what
we
I'm
gonna,
saying?
I don't partake in it. I used to try to do it. I just don't do it. I ain't never liked it. My daddy used to be Puff Daddy, and people used to be like, "Damn, nigga, you don't smoke weed?" I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, I just wasn't. I never
didn't-
picked it up.
I need to meet you.
But
Yeah,
I'll rock with y'all.
Yeah,
I'll rock with you.
Yeah, we're gonna do a 420
I'll rock
show.
with you.
You know what I'm saying? Puff,
Alright.
you know, good puff show.
Sound good.
But yeah, man, let's wrap this thing up. Yeah, man. So yeah, make sure you follow. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for Jeff and Carissa podcast, Gemini Talk podcast.
On Anchor. And what's the other ones? Go ahead and give it to them, Joe.
Yeah.
Definitely check us out on Gemini Talk podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Cast, any platforms, where you can listen to it, because we're on there. So definitely check us out.
I listened to that whole thing driving to work, man. Last week, I was like, "Damn, that shit was good, man."
Yeah, man.
Damn, that shit was good.
Hey,
that
bro,
was on point, man.
Let's keep sticking together, man. Because motherfuckers get rich off this shit, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
that's how I'm looking at it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hey, this nigga, I said, damn.
Yeah, I do.
It's not no get rich quick shit, but it's like investments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's about being smart at what you do, man, how you move. But we gonna talk about it, bro. Most definitely. We definitely gonna talk about it.
Absolutely.
Most definitely, man. All right, brother. I will talk to you later on.
All right.
For sure, bro.
Love you, man.
Much love, bro. Much love.
All right, bro.
Yeah, good night.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, bro.
For sure.
Holla back.
Yeah, good ass show.
Yeah, man.
Good ass show.
That's the dude, Jeff.
I'm kind of faded.
Gemini podcast. I'm faded like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm driving drunk like a motherfucker right now.
You, nigga, you at your crib. I gotta drive. Fire as fuck. I'm about to eat my sandwich.
Yeah, I still got that damn corned beef.
Shit.
But
It was a fun show, man.
I
mean, shit. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Thanks for everyone.
Yeah, we about to get the fuck up out of this motherfucker.
We gotta get the fuck out of here. Follow us on Instagram, what we know _podcast. Follow me, thankful_Robert.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do a show this week. We're gonna try to do 2 shows this week.
Yeah, and then follow your homeboy DJ _JIGTYTE. That's everything. And that's all, man. We about to get the fuck up out of here.
We out this bitch.
Peace out.
Peace out.